Both men and women in the Taming of the Shrew don't always behave in accordance with traditional gender roles. It is the women, and particularly Catherine, who are punished for such behavior. Catherine's stubbornness and strong will cause her to be denigrated and insulted and abused throughout the play. She is less highly valued as a potential wife than her sister, and humiliated by various male characters, by none more than her own husband Petruchio. This would seem to make Shakespeare's play rather sexist and misogynistic, especially as it showcases Petruchio's abusing Catherine for comedic value. But although the play contains much misogyny on stage, it can also be seen as exposing some of the fallacies of traditional oppressive gender roles. For one thing, with all of the disguises and deceptive performances in the comedy, it is somewhat unclear whether Catherine is really tamed by Petruchio, or whether she is simply pretending to be obedient to him. It is even possible, and some have suggested, that they are pretending together in order to surprise her dad and the other characters. With the play's emphasis on performance and swapping roles, Shakespeare may be seen as suggesting that gender roles are just that, roles to be played, rather than natural true identities. This is furthered by the cross-dressing servant in the beginning of the play who convinces Christopher Sly that he is his wife, and perhaps by the fact that in Shakespeare's day, women's parts on the stage were played by young male actors. It was illegal for women to be on stage. In the end, the fact that the play portrays a heavy dose of misogyny is unavoidable. And much of Shakespeare's audience would doubtlessly have laughed at the sexist joking and slapstick abuse in the comedy. Whether Shakespeare would have shared in this reaction, or whether the play endorses this misogyny, is somewhat more up for debate. But in any case, reading the play offers just as much of an opportunity to critique misogyny and traditional gender roles as it does to reinforce them. There's it. Is that okay? Okay, good stuff. For those not familiar with the Taming of the Shrew, let me catch you up. A man named Baptista has 2 daughters. Bianca is gentle, and many men want to marry her. Her older sister, Caterina, or Kate, is known for her bad temper, and no one wants to marry her. Baptista says Bianca can only marry after Kate marries. A rich man named Petruchio arrives, wanting a wife with money. He is not scared of Kate, and so he marries her. He acts very strangely at the wedding. Then, he takes Kate to his house and starts to tame her. He doesn't let her eat or sleep properly, always saying things are not perfect for her. He makes her agree with everything he says, even silly things, like saying the sun is the moon. Later, Petruchio and Kate travel back to her home, and on the way, Kate shows she has learned to obey Petruchio by agreeing with his strange games. When my friend here is done with my makeup, what you are about to hear is Kate's final monologue in the play. It is addressed to all the members at the party, especially the women. Fie, unknit that threatening, unkind brow, and dart not scornful glances with those eyes, to wound thy lord, thy king, thy governor. It blots thy beauty, as frosts do bite the meads, confounds thy fame as whirlwinds shake fair buds, and in no sense is meet or amiable. A woman moved is like a fountain troubled, muddy, ill-seeming, thick, bereft of beauty. And while it is so, none, so dry or thirsty, will deign to sip or touch one drop of it. Thy husband is thy Lord, thy life, thy keeper, thy head, thy sovereign, one that cares for thee, and for thy maintenance commits his body to painful labor, both by sea and land, to watch the night in storms, the day in cold, whilst thou liest warm at home, secure and safe, and craves no other tribute at thy hands but love, fair looks, and true obedience. So little payment for so great a debt. Such duty as a subject owes the prince, even such a woman oweth to her husband. And when she is froward, peevish, sullen, sour, and not obedient to his honest will, what is she but a foul contending rebel, and a graceless traitor to her loving lord? I am ashamed that women are so simple to offer war where they should kneel for peace, or seek for rule, supremacy, and sway when they are bound to serve, love, and obey. Why are our bodies soft and weak and smooth, but that our soft conditions and our hearts should well agree with our external parts? Oh, come, you forward and unable worms. My mind hath been as big as one of yours, my heart is great, my reason haply more, to bandy word for word and frown for frown. But now I see our lances are but straws. Our strength is weak, our weakness past compare. That seeming to be most, which we indeed least are. Well then come, veil your stomachs, for it is no boot, and place your hands below your husband's foot, in token of which duty, if he please, my hand is ready. May it do him ease.